afternoon, folks. You know what day it is. It is Friday, and I am here dropping another episode with a badass fighter. He is an MMA fighter, and we are scheduled to see him fight April 17th at the Combat Night Pro in Tallahassee. Please welcome Sean Bam Bam Hotusing.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
What's
Awesome
up,
intro.
man?
Now, well, let me just say, Liza with a C podcast. You know, I can get behind somebody that tries to make nothing out of something, and from one day to the next, you just started making a podcast, and it's thriving, and you're 100% behind it, and you're making some noise and making some progress. So let's give a round of applause for Liza with a C podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. I do it for the fans.
You were just at
Honestly,
Combat Night, right? You just did
yeah,
the
yeah.
Combat Night thing. How was that?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I've been to Combat Night as a fan for many years. And honestly, with my own fight experience and just my journey along the way the last couple of years and all the support I've received from all the Combat Night family and the fighters, I've always supported every one of you guys. It's always been a dream to be a part of the Combat Night team. And so, even though there wasn't a position available, I made it happen.
I
You
hear you.
know, I'm gonna make my way happen one way or another. That's just the way I've always been my whole life. So when
Do you
times
plan on
got
being in
tough,
Jacksonville, like
oof,
for the
I
next one,
don't
or
know.
you don't? Oh, okay,
Duval?
you don't know. Yeah,
I
Duval.
don't.
Sorry.
You know what, Duval? I'm trying to see. Like, I want this to be like a regular gig. I'm serious. So things will have to definitely be adjusted and well organized, and I'll do a little bit more research on things next time. But because this was the first time that this was happening, and they gave me the opportunity, and I was nervous a little bit and maybe in my head at times, but I also worked with this other gentleman who has a podcast, and like we kind of threw it back at each other. We both do podcasts, and he was a great co-host as well. And it gave me a little break sometimes because it was 20 fights, and to do 20 interviews and not eat. We were there from like 4 o'clock till like 11. So there's a lot of hours in between the fights, and it is a
Do you
lot.
feel
It's
you
a lot
got
of work.
better? Do you feel you got better? You know, as
Yeah.
a yeah.
Yeah, so in the beginning, the first couple of fights, it took me a little bit of time to warm up, to like get into my personality and just get into the zone. But then once the fights started happening and they were getting better and better and better, I was like, nah, we gotta talk. We have good fight interviews to talk about right now. So,
No, like
it was
we
a
were
great
speaking earlier.
experience.
Like
Yeah.
we were saying earlier, I guess maybe before we started the recording, it's all about repetition, and the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it.
Yeah.
So I can see it. So, anyways, like I said, let's round it up, clap it up for you, because you keep putting in that work, and we can all support that.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. So let's get into it,
Let's get
because
into it.
you wanted to come on the show because you got some things to say. So
I
I want
did,
to know
but
what's going on.
well, I was excited, to be on the podcast and talk my shit. But the opponent I was excited about, that I've been thinking about for a month, pulled out.
Yeah,
So, like, I'm not as excited anymore.
right,
Like, because everything I was gonna say about him, I gotta focus on you, opponent. So I'm not even thinking about him. So
right.
we can move forward. I'm not really worried about what they're gonna do. It's really what I'm gonna do to them, and if they can stop me. Granted, I've had a couple of mishaps here and there, which we'll get into, I guess. But like you said, it's all about repetition. I've learned from my mistakes, and I think that's what amateurs are for.
Hmm.
And like I said, when I came in the game, I was more of a slugger. Well, I mean, like I said, I got my first fight, 2019, for sure was knockout of the year. Second
So
fight,
yeah, I want to talk about that one
all right, go ahead.
because I remember it was at Cage Zilla,
Yep.
and I was there that night because my boy was fighting that night too. And you were at a heavier weight class, I believe.
Yeah, I was a fat piece of
And
shit.
no, you were just at a heavier weight class. And I remember seeing you there, and I witnessed that fight, and I was like, oh shit. Like, it was such a great knockout. It was so quick, it happened so quickly, and yeah, that knockout was talked about for a while, for sure.
And it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling. And like after doing that, that's all I really wanted to do, knock people out. But now, 3, 4 years down the road, or three, maybe not even that long, but like three, I've gotten better and I can beat people in so many different ways. And I'm not even really a slugger anymore. Like, for example, after that fight, you just had him on the podcast. I fought Josh, which he
Mhm.
just fought this weekend. And honestly, I always support him because if he wins, it looks good for me. So that's just a narcissist, selfish thing. Plus, I actually like him and White Mike, which I guess you had on the show also.
Mhm.
Um, they had a hell of a fight, and it was actually pretty close. And
Oh my God.
it,
It
I,
was so
it was,
crazy
it
being
was
there.
one round, and then in the third round, it was still close until the end. Whatever, he'll be back in the drawing board. He's gotten better. But
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
may say, and this is with all respect, I'm a small guy, a welterweight. When I fought him, I was 190. I was already making my way down from 210, 205. This guy he fought was big and stuff. And it was a way closer fight than when I fought Josh. I don't know if you were there because I
Mhm.
mean
I
Josh
did.
was
I
an
was there
amazing
too.
fight, but it was
I
it,
was
it was
there in that
way
one too.
it was way more one-sided than all respect, though. Love Josh. But it was way more one-sided. This fight was a fight. This was
Yeah,
one round apiece. And going to the third round, it was still kind of close. Josh is landing. This other guy's
yeah.
I don't know his name. Reggie. I don't
Reggie.
know. What?
Yeah,
Yeah, Reggie. Okay. And well, my point is, so Josh is making noise. I really walked through Josh way easier than this guy walked through, just like I plan on walking through my next opponent. Now we can get
right.
into it because I think you had Kevin Gleason on the
I
podcast.
did. I have.
So it's funny because Kevin Gleason, I always have a crazy love for it, and he might not even though I told him because that's the type of guy I am. But so I ran through my first two opponents, and I get a title shot against Rob. I never made the
Yeah,
185 limit, so this is the most I cut from being. What did you call me? A heavier weight, not a fat piece of shit. I was at a heavier weight, and I
yeah,
dropped down because I'm not such a tall guy. For that weight class. So I was still, slugging and just trying to run through him. And this guy, he caught me. And it's the first time I've been hit that hard. But what it made me realize was there's real savages out there. I got to find out who Kevin Gleason is. And if it wasn't for that loss, I never meet my boxing coach, Juan Arroyo, which has changed the game for me. So shout out to my boxing coach, Juan Arroyo, even though he says I'm garbage, but we just getting better day by day.
yeah. I've seen a couple of your fights live, and of course, I do keep up with your fight story. I keep my eyes on certain fighters regularly because I do see the passion, I do see the hard work that, and then I see it come out to play in the fights. And of course, that's why I support you as a fighter.
And I
I've seen
appreciate it.
it. I've seen your the last 3 years, and you've improved, and now I believe you're signed with First Round Management.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, and that's an
Shout out
amazing
to the real
accomplishment.
Antonio.
Yeah, he need to hit me up. We're gonna have to get him on the show too. He keeps up
That's
with
a
me.
that's a real agent, man. I gotta say that, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, shout out to Antonio for sure. So how are you preparing for this fight camp?
Well, so I mean, I gotta. This is the best fight I've ever had. I mean, this is the longest I've been in the game. This is the best weight cuts. All my other weight cuts, I mean, honestly, I was just starving. I didn't have an idea. I mean, like we were talking about, it comes with repetition. It comes with knowledge, dynamic wellness. Shout out to Lewis. He's helped me out, understanding the body and stuff like that. Um, but I switched gyms like in December 1st to MMA Masters. And obviously that's a champ factory with a
Yeah.
whole bunch of talent.
Hmm.
And I think I've just leveled up, which I look to show at April 17th because I'm just around guys that are pushing me and are better than me. They're better than me.
Right.
So I come, I do my thing, I have my success, but I see where I fail.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna be a different fighter on April 17th, and I'm excited to show it on April
Yeah.
17th.
Yeah, I like to see
Like
both your stand up and your ground game. I will say you're definitely I feel like you're more comfortable on your feet. I feel like you really do like getting those knockout
I
hits.
was more comfortable on my feet, and I do like being on my feet, but it's because that's what people like to see. So when I
Yeah.
first came in, I thought I had to give people what they want to see. You know what I was thinking after I took a couple mishaps? Fuck, forget about what they think, because I just need to win. Because I put myself out there to try to go look for the knockout, and bad things can happen. My last fight in
Yeah.
Orlando, I could have probably finished this guy, but I
Hmm.
just decided if the fight is a 9 minute or a 15-minute fight, it doesn't need to end in 43 seconds, in 3 minutes, in the first round. I'm
Right.
just gonna beat you up the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I kind of like both. I like that fast knockout, that gives everybody the crowd a whole thing. And then I also like to watch people's technique. That's where I see like, okay, I want to see how you are as a fighter for real. Everybody can always try to go for that knockout, but nobody's ever gonna really see if you have that technique if you don't show us. So I mean, it also depends on how it goes in the cage. From when the bell rings, either your opponent can come charging at you, or you're in there to feel you guys out for the first round. And
Yep.
I'm definitely hoping to see your next fight live. I'm working on it, and I know you're working at MMA Masters, which is full of so many professional fighters, and even
Oh, there
even
is like
Gleason's guy, Liza also trains there
Liza,
sometimes. And
which let me just, I don't need to say it, but let me just get this out there. That man will whoop me so fast. He's so good. Listen, that man right there. That's a bad man. That's a bad man.
I think I saw
A
him
bad man.
write on either Dana White's page or UFC that he wants to jump on this fight card that's happening in Jacksonville. And I'm like,
I'm a,
everybody's already like, yo, we traveling, we going up, we back in the stands. Man, like
yeah,
that
man.
is gonna be a
That's yeah.
crazy
He really
card.
is. He and like another thing. Just I mean, even fast. I mean, Masters. Like I said, like just the bodies. Like I randomly have started going with let's say Mike Perry. I
Hmm.
built a nice relationship with him, and he just drops gems on me. You know what I'm saying? He's way better too. I mean, these guys are way better, but the fact that they'll take time out to give me a little small detail, I
Hmm.
didn't have that before. So
Yeah.
I'm actually grateful, and it really is a good gym. It really is a good gym.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like I love my home gym, John Wayne Martial Arts, but throughout these years and getting to know different coaches and different fighters, I've been able to travel and meet new other gyms and just absorb so much like knowledge from different people. And
What's your favorite
that's a
martial
part of
art?
growth. Well, I feel like I'm more comfortable on my feet as well. I do love Muay Thai, and I have a boxing coach as well. So boxing right now is what I've been working on for the past year, that stance. But I do like to kick people, and I have started working back on my ground game again. I started going to Tampa Gracie here, and we'll see. I do want to
Okay.
at least get one maybe tournament under my belt this year. I feel like that's an
Okay.
accomplishment. I need to get that done.
Hey, that it is. A lot of people will never even try. You know what I'm saying? A lot
The
of
thing
people
is,
won't
I
even.
talk combat sports, so I can't talk combat sports if I'm not well educated in it. And I'm very new
Hey,
still,
but I've seen
but
clips of you sparring. That you put on Instagram stuff. You do your thing. Like if I was a girl, I wouldn't. I'll mess with somebody else.
thank
I'll probably
you.
mess with I'll like if I had to choose between Lisa's, I'll probably mess with a Lisa with an S, not with a Z.
Thank you. That
Oh,
hoe don't even know.
oops.
No, yeah, I mean, I love fighting. It's a whole different Lisa when I'm training. This is like on the show Diva Lisa. But once I put my gloves on, my wraps on, my shin guards on, my mouth guard in, my hair braided back, I'm here to work. So,
I hear
I
you.
do have fun. I do have fun on the mats with my friends and we all sparring and stuff like that. But then I have those moments of all right, I'm here for technique. I need to know everything from like every movement, making sure my jab is right, making sure my cross hits, make sure like my hook is rightly aligned where I want to. I'm just like,
Like
I'm very technical too, and I don't care if I have to repeat it over and over and over until I get it.
technique
So
is the most
yeah,
important thing, especially in martial arts. Like you don't know it in the beginning, but you find out real fast. So
yeah.
yeah.
I see how much I've grown since I first started. I am aggressive. It is true. Many people have told me that I'm very
Aggressive is
aggressive.
good, but it's gotta be controlled chaos.
Right, right.
You know
And
what I'm
so
saying?
I'm still developing it. Still developing um how to handle the pressure sometimes. So I mean, it's a work in progress, but we're getting somewhere.
Everything is a work in progress. Life is a work in progress. Parenting is a work in progress. Martial arts is a work in progress. And I bet podcasting is a work in progress. Because look, you already look more confident. Like you're ready to make your pro debut in podcasting. To be honest,
Honestly, this is a hobby. I'm investing a lot of my time, my heart, and my money into it, and I'm not even getting anything back really. But I do it because I have passion for it, and I like talking to people about their journey because I know my journey has been crazy in the mixed martial arts. I mean, how has mixed martial arts changed your life?
I mean, I'm a totally different person because I'm a martial artist now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's built around respect. So it was just I got nothing. I'm not gonna be this. Oh, martial arts saved my life. That whole
Yeah.
hashtag genre, but it made me who I am. I feel like I can protect my family way better,
Yeah.
and everything is all from me fighting. Like every job I got right now, my bodyguarding jobs, everything I got is from fighting, and I have the confidence because of fighting. But I guess confidence comes when all you do is train all day and you're ready to go all day. I guess that's where the confidence comes. But martial arts has been great for me and my family. My kids train
Hmm.
it, my wife trains it, but I'm not even the best fighter in my house because my wife,
Want to
she's
talk about that
she,
too?
she's a she's an amateur champion. She beating all her opponents. Um, so all we do is talk fighting every day. Because if I'm not fighting, she's fighting. She's
Yeah.
about to fight on I think it's Combate America on Univision, making her pro debut. You get me?
Okay.
So it's fighting every day, all day. So if we're not talking about my technique, she got her technique. And you say I'm good with stand up, she's amazing with jujitsu. So it's all
Yeah.
day, every day. And my kids see that. So more important about the martial arts thing, I could pass it down to the kids. And I don't know, maybe in seventh grade, instead of my daughter be thinking about a boyfriend, she's got to get to a wrestling class and they could postpone the bullshit and maybe give them a better future. That's my mindset about martial arts. So I have nothing but positivity and positive things to say about martial arts.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, your family is a fighter family for sure, and I definitely look forward to hoping to do an interview with your wife soon as well, because
What's
you
your
guys are
background?
always fighting. Me,
What's your, yeah.
like, I'm Colombian Honduran
So you speak Spanish?
family. Yeah,
No, yeah,
and
yeah or no? Like, yeah or no?
I mean,
You
I'm like
say,
a gringa.
so you speak
I'm
Spanish
a
like me. Okay, okay,
I'm a
okay.
Broward girl. I was raised in Broward my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So, and I have two different types of Spanish. Like my mom has a different Spanish, my dad has a different Spanish, and I just made my fucking own. So I don't care. You gonna listen to me if you understand it. You got the point. So
Hey,
that's about
you're
it.
right.
Cause I've talked, and I also know French as well. I'm working on Italian, and I want to learn Mandarin. So it's a process. I am
What
of
I
the world.
This might be embarrassing to say, but I didn't even know. I thought Brazilian was a language. It turns out it's not. It's Portuguese. Because
No, Dios mío.
I went over to MMA Masters and I was like, wow, these boys is really speaking Brazilian. They just must be good. No, they were just speaking Portuguese, but I need to learn some words. I don't know what they say. Some of them be, and I just have to nod my head like, bonjour. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh no,
But yeah,
yeah.
it's good to know
I've
some
learned
different
early.
languages.
It is because I mean a lot of with Spanish, there's a lot of context that you can break down in a sentence, and I can get it a little bit. Even Portuguese too. But yeah, especially being in this sport. people are from Thailand, people are from us everywhere, and so you're
Yep.
gonna have to try to learn some kind of communication. At least the greetings, hello, and just respectful stuff, I guess.
What is konnichiwa? What language is that? Konnichiwa.
I think that's Japanese.
Okay. All right.
I learned Japanese when I was young too. Konnichiwa. Yeah, let me see one of these questions. Anyways, okay, back to combat night. So, combat night. How many times have we fought for these people? Like, I was going through all this old footage and all these old
Yeah.
fight cards, and I'm like, man, he's fought like 1,000 times on combat
Yeah.
night.
I'm 3-1 in combat night.
Okay.
Two finishes, and I had that decision win in Orlando, and then
Mhm.
I had Rob serve me up some humble pie.
I see.
But like I said, it was the best thing that could ever happen to me. Because I
Yeah.
know this: if I run through Rob with my sluggish punches, what do I need anybody for? I would have been undefeated, beat a guy
I
that's
think we need to
6 and
run it
0.
back.
Hey, listen. Hey, look, and it's all
Bitch,
respect.
I'm whispering it
He
out
he
there. Maybe we finally get a Broward show out there.
he's at a higher weight class. But the thing
Oh
is,
yeah,
since
but he
it
has two
looked
belts.
so, oh yeah, yeah, at welterweight too. That's my division. But since since it didn't look good, you know, I'm not I'm not a talker. Like if it would have been close, so I'll just move on. And if it comes around, it comes around. I could just say this: that amateurs, they do stop the fights very fast. I mean, at least my fights, but because I've seen. If you watch me and Josh's fight, they should
No,
have stopped it
I should
many
have.
times.
I was like, they should have been called that.
Okay,
Like, I was worried for Josh at one point.
okay. But when I got a Rob, yeah, I went down. Yeah, he's throwing some punches, but I was defending. But you know what? I'm not mad at the referee because it's my own fault. And that's you gotta
Yeah,
take responsibility. But I'm excited at this pro level. They're gonna have to really finish me, not no shot, because they
yeah.
are 4-ounce gloves. I mean, you hit me, I hit you, and they're gonna really have to finish you. And my jujitsu has just gone way up, so ain't nobody gonna be holding me down, and I'll get up and I'll be all right.
Okay, okay. So I mean, let me see. We basically answered all my questions
I know
today.
I came ready. I was ready. No, and since
Ready.
my opponent pulled out, I was gonna talk a little bit more,
Yeah, yeah.
but
So is
what
Mitch
what?
trying to find you a new one?
No, he found me a new one.
Oh,
The
okay.
guy's name is
Who is he?
something. I think it's Travis Deep Waters. I don't know because I looked at him the first day. He's like 6'3", 6'4", tall guy, lanky.
Okay.
And I got at this point, like I told you, I'm not really worried about him. I'm coming, and everybody knows how I fight. You gotta stop me. And
Hmm.
if he does it, good. I don't think he will. I am not the type of guy because I've never been a bully. I'm not the
Hmm.
type of guy that has to put people down to build
Yeah.
myself up. But on April 17th, I'm gonna be a bully because I'm gonna put him down to build myself up.
Your shows are always entertaining. Your fights are always entertaining. I definitely know that.
That's all I know how to do. That's all I know how to do. That's really all that. Because it's just we're here to fight, so let's fight.
Yeah, I mean, because like even though that one fight in Orlando, I was there for that one too. And it started getting a little rowdy in the cage. I guess your opponent was not so happy on
Wait a
how the
second.
fight was going. I don't know.
Wait. Here's
I
the
need to
thing.
get that story. I need to get
Because
that story.
I'm not a talker, right? So I'm not gonna talk.
Right,
And
right.
at the weigh-ins, him and his team want to talk all types of shit.
Hmm.
I'm with my wife and my one guy in their county, in their city. So I'm gonna be quiet. Plus, we gotta fight. But they untagged. We're gonna test
But
his chin, which he obviously hit me a lot of times, but I'll be all right. But
yeah.
he was talking. So once the fight goes, I had to ask him, like, is this what all the talking was about? Like, I think, and obviously he didn't like that. But that was also over like 7 months ago. And
Yeah, yeah.
I'm I'm talking
You're a
shit. Maybe
changed man.
I might talk shit to my next opponent. But this guy this guy was tagging me. Like it was just a weird. It was just weird, but I'm not
You
really
know
into
what? But that's a
talking.
part of the fight life.
It
Because
is.
even
It
in the
is.
UFC, they do that. Even I mean, look at the UFC fighters. They always have their brawls, their beefs, and they're talking shit and their memes. So I mean, it is a part of the fight life. The little brawls are what keeps the fighters and the viewers entertained. And it's good for media. But if you feel like you're at peace for this fight night and you just want to get in and do work, you don't gotta talk shit. You just
Yeah,
put your
I'm
fucking
just
work
there to
in the
do work.
cage.
Now, don't get me wrong. Antagonize me a little bit, and the juices start flowing, and now I'm ready. I'm ready. But
Yeah.
other than that, like I said, April 17th, I'm coming to put on a show the only way I know, and I'm excited. I really am excited. I was mad that the guy pulled out because I thought about him for a month. So this guy just looked, and I'm not about to think about him for a month. I already have an idea, and
Yeah.
we'll see if he could stop me.
All right. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Well, I want to thank, let's say, my boxing coach because he's been like a mentor to me. MMA Masters, for putting me in a situation where I have all these bodies that I can get better. Dynamic Wellness for always sponsoring me since before I was at a heavier weight, and First Round Management.
Okay.
Oh, and so I don't get beat up.
Yeah,
Obviously, my wife, my jujitsu coach, and she's an amazing mother.
that's amazing. That's family. That's a real support. But I look forward to April 17th. I appreciate you coming on the show. I appreciate you
Thank you for
supporting this
having me.
podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I look forward to seeing you in many more fights, and we're gonna hit the interviews up again, and we're gonna do this again, man. We're gonna do this
Hey,
again.
so yeah, you need to have my wife on when she makes her debut on Univision or Telemundo,
Univision.
one of those places. I mean, it'll be
Okay.
a good look because me, I just do this because I like to test myself. I don't like to
Yeah.
train these techniques, and then I can't do it on the street because I'll go to jail.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so I'll step in the ring and somebody else train. She's better than me. I'm telling you, she's better than me, and she's going places. Ask around,
I see
look her
her.
up,
I see
look her
her.
up,
I've seen her fights, and
look her up.
so
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna go
She
ahead
she's
and
bad
definitely hit her up. We're gonna have Sean's wife on the Lisa
because
Z podcast.
women gotta support women. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
you have no
I see
idea.
that you got just like you were speaking about Kat. She's been supporting you, and then you all the support you've been getting. But definitely, women gotta support women. You know, I mean,
Yeah, and
I that's what I've heard, right? Women gotta support women.
we do.
Okay, okay,
There
okay.
are women that bring others down, and I'm just not a part of that vibe. And me and Kat, we promised each other January 1st. This is the takeover year, so we're only in March.
You're only in March, and you're making some progress. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Anybody that has any negative to say about you, they're hating. But then again, I've never heard a hater that's doing better than you. Because yeah, that's what it
That's
is.
right. And that's
Thank you
how we're
for
gonna
having me.
close out this interview. Okay, haters
Thank
gonna hate, but players gonna play.
Hey, hey, I appreciate you for having me. Thank you. Right now, I'm on my way. I'm gonna go do some boxing sparring against a boxing partner, 6'4". Brought him in specifically, because my opponent's like 6'3", 6'4", and
Yeah.
continue getting ready. I got one more month. I'm on weight, and I hope to see you there. Anybody, if you could buy the stream, my Miami people, I'm gonna bring a few people this time because
Yeah.
I build fans that go, but I can't wait to be able to fight back here in Miami
Oh
and
yeah.
and really sell out the place. Because
I
last time
am
I had
waiting
it,
for Mitch to tell me the second that there's a
a
Broward fight. I am on my way. I'm going
I think it's
home.
the, I think it's the coronavirus thing, you know what I'm saying? But
It is.
we're finally getting back in the flow of things. So I'm excited
Yeah,
about that. And shout out to Mitch.
for sure. Shout out to Mitch, as always. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Lisa with a Z podcast. It's been a great episode. Tune in next week. Have a good one, guys.